I think I shit my pants, man.
You fucking.
What?
Last Jedi.
I like pork.
You don't like.
I love them.
Today we watched 3 Death Wish movies.
That's a fucking reluctant statement.
Death Wish 2018 comes out on Thursday, and we wanted to see what all the hubbub was about and why it deserved to be remade at all.
Yeah.
And well, I wanted to watch the first 3 because apparently the first one was like a genuinely decently good movie, and then this is what I heard.
Yeah.
What I heard.
What I would come to assume.
Yeah, I assumed that it was like just genuinely like a decently good movie, and then like they just remade it so many times it got schlocky, and it peaked at the 3rd one. And I don't think that's what happened at all, honestly. I'm a completely misunderstanding. I guess let's start with Death Wish 1.
Caesar, you want to
talk about
what Death Wish?
You're starting.
About?
Death Wish 1 is about a poor old man that has really fucked up luck.
It's Mom and Carol. They're taking them to the emergency receiving canal hospital.
What the hell for?
Anybody that comes
He's not that old in the first one.
Okay,
He's
not
kind
old.
of middle-aged.
He's middle-aged, but he's still as ugly as a...
He looks like a fucking bulldog.
Really then.
Come on, you guys. Let's be nice to bulldogs.
Let's be next to.
I like them. They're cute.
Sorry, pork.
Oh, Porto.
They're not as cute as pork.
He looks like a fucking pork.
Basically, this dude's family gets fucked up.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Essentially.
Yes.
And
That's putting it light.
What do you want? Don't jive, Mother. You know what we want.
Oh, Jeff Goldblum's in this movie.
Jeff
Oh yeah!
There-
You saw Jeff Goldblum ass.
Yes, there
Oh
is
yeah,
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum
ass.
mouth raped people.
Yes, it was
the
The cinematic debut of Jeff Goldblum.
Can we also talk about how his wife dies? It just bothering me.
Why?
The worst she got was a kick
Oh yeah, she got a mean kick
to the stomach. And that was it.
She died.
Well, I mean, that could have happened.
I don't know.
I can see that. I'm not a doctor.
I'm not a fucking doctor.
True, I am not a medical
But it seems like
It could have been the trauma too. Like it's just like she went through a lot.
it was a
Could
hard
have
day.
been.
My name is Paul Kersey. How's my wife?
I'm sorry. She died a few minutes ago, Mr. Kersey.
Oh my. I'm waiting for the tear.
He couldn't even cry.
That is all of the morning he got out of it. Just
Because he loses his fucking family, and he's just like, well, back to
He's
work.
like-
Gotta go to Tucson, and
Tucson is the place to go.
Yeah.
it really feels like the day after his wife dies, he's just back at work.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he seeks revenge.
You know.
And he ends up like going outside at night and then find some random dude and start beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he do to you, man?
Fucking hate you.
Give you some milk.
Stupid idiot.
What'd you say to me?
Oh!
Okay. And then he goes
Releasing
on
on
top. It gives him kind of like this power trip, sorta. And then there's that weird scene where he pulls a Tommy Wiseau
Yeah,
from the end of the room and just starts beating the crap out of everything in his apartment.
Isn't he shaking first though? He's like,
Well, yeah.
and then he drinks like some alcohol, and then he's just like,
This is my favorite sock.
Can't believe I. Oh no, he likes it.
he stopped shaking.
He stopped
just
shaking.
like that.
That was
Yeah.
it. That was his transition into a vigilante murderer. Yeah!
Yes!
Fuck you! That's what I'm fucking talking
Yeah!
about!
Fuck you,
Oh,
couch!
broke this- And then bam! Completely over the death of his wife.
See, that's
Done!
best character development.
All time.
So what? It's just like everything's back to normal in his life now? Like, yeah, your wife died. Okay, look, we gotta go. We got some plans here we need you to verify.
Tucson, Arizona. I want you to take it over. Redesign it if necessary, whatever you have to do. All right?
That's all right. But can I give you an answer in about a week? I don't want to leave New York just now because of Carol.
Fine. When you're ready, let me know.
He's already at work.
Beautiful place, Tucson. They can breathe out there.
Is that true?
Fuck no, it sucks.
No,
Can we also point out
So deep.
that everybody keeps saying Tucson's so beautiful. It's such a great place.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's
Tucson
talk about that a little bit.
I can't
Tucson
talk about that. I've never
fucking
been to Tucson.
sucks. Tucson is not like no. Just no, man. Like, and then the guy that gives him a ride in his car has 2 sets of horns.
Oh yeah.
Why does he need 2 sets of horns?
That's true. Who does need that?
What was the reason
Yeah.
to
It
get
was
some
weird.
like
Well, they also hype
He's-
up Tucson as like the entertainment capital of the world because they
Okay.
they shoot
We
movies
shoot movies
there.
here sometime.
We shot one movie here once.
It was called Death Wish.
It was.
and
Is this where he's getting his inspiration?
Yeah,
For
yeah.
his-
He's getting the motivation.
His motivation.
Ideas of justice are defined by
He's
a
like, this is
fucking
what I'm
cowboy
gonna do to
sketch.
the guys. Oh, guys, this is for
It's like,
this is more foreshadowing
oh,
right here.
he never thought like I could just beat up the bad guys. No, the reason for the countryman was because of the other very important aspect of his character development. He's a liberal.
This is true.
Yes,
Charles Bronson is a liberal.
He went to Korea, according to the background story,
He also lost
and
his
he
wife.
was how do you say this shit?
Conscientious objector means he refused to fight in the
So
war.
he was in the medical team in Korea.
One guy is like, we should just put all of these people, all bad people, into a concentration camp. And he's like, I don't know about that. Like, oh, you're such a liberal! You're such a liberal, and you're gonna turn, and nothing could ever turn you away from that, even the death of your wife.
And then what happens?
Ba, 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 ba.
Yeah, speak-
The first movie, it's like he's not getting revenge on anyone in particular.
Yeah.
He's just kind of
mad.
just murdering and randomly.
But here's the thing, like, he only shows emotion when he's murdering people.
Oh, how fucking lucky is Charles Bronson to keep getting mugged? He keeps getting in these scenarios where people pull a knife on him, and then he's justified to shoot them with his gun.
Which is the one with the train scene? Is that this one or this
The first
one?
one's the train.
Okay, yeah, because there's this scene where he's on a subway, and these 2 muggers go through like 7 cabs of the subway with plenty of vulnerable looking people, but yet they just approach Charles Bronson for some reason.
Can I
And
point
then
out that
Charles
he
Bronson-
was the only one holding a newspaper to his face?
That's true.
This is true.
That's true.
He was I think the main reason to justify it a little more is like he was the only person that was the only person in a car.
That's another thing, that when they cut the newspaper,
Yeah.
he shoots them while holding the gun with his dick.
Yeah, that was weird because he cuts the newspaper and all of a sudden the dude falls over, but he still has 2
He still
hands
has
on
no
the
Yeah,
paper.
no, that is very true.
I noticed that and I was like, what the hell? Like, did you
Yeah,
cut the dick to his dick? You know, like,
I just figured that his hand was behind the newspaper, and he was just like had it and he shot through it.
Maybe that's what happened.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
But you gotta remember what the guy from Tucson said. A gun is extension of your penis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then in the third one, you get that great shot where he's just got this big giant black gun right where his penis is, and he's just firing it into his enemies.
You could be looking for a man who's had all members of his family killed by mothers.
Wow.
Wow, he was very specific.
Right?
Was that in the DNA?
You can tell by the way he shoots him that it's anger from dead wife.
he thought it was rape. He's from the Korean War. He was a CEO.
Remember how full that like detective room was? Just because like 3 muggers got shot in the street, they've got like every person that works at the police station in that room, and then they just like deduce all that shit about it.
That's our job.
It's like they stopped everything they were doing just to find this one bulldog. And it's, can we talk about the cinematography? Some of the
some of the-
interesting
the
choices.
actual film.
The cinematic
Okay.
choices.
Like, I don't know, perhaps zooming out? You guys remember when they zoomed out in the movie?
Yeah, okay,
I don't remember which part.
want to talk about what the filmmakers here think criminals do. How they understand criminal activity is just like young people running around the streets, just causing as much physical damage as they can, like per second.
And for some reason, throwing a turkey in the store at each other.
Yeah, just being completely disruptive, just throwing shit in the grocery store, spray painting everything, just pushing people on the street. Like zero reasonable behavior coming from criminals.
Basically, they were just dicks, but not real crime was happening.
They had to completely dehumanize him to justify fucking Charles Bronson.
Yeah, and going off of that, always related it back to what time period it was on, you know? Always say like, oh, it's the 70s. And it's kind of crazy when you think about that because we live in a different time.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, in the 70s where when you get the groceries, you put your address and your name. And it seems so easy, like in the beginning of the film where they looked at it and they're like, that's where she lives. And we're going to follow her now, and that's what happened. So, like...
That's probably why they stopped doing that.
All the Death Wish-related breaking and entries that happened after this movie was released. It was that
like, yo,
it rocked the nation.
You know, that's another thing.
This movie almost didn't get made because
that's another thing. They look at the address of the groceries, but they just follow them.
Yes.
Oh, yeah!
So,
you're right!
So, like, what was the point of even showing that on camera? They were just gonna follow them.
That's true.
I know what you're saying now.
That's true. I didn't think of
So I was
that.
like, yes.
Yeah.
But it was very anticlimactic, and it seemed very like...
Because the climax of the movie was just him shooting a mugger.
Did I miss the Death Wish?
No, what happened was guys tried to mug him, and he shot them before he could get mugged.
Yeah.
I forgot about. I
didn't expect that to happen.
I didn't expect that.
He ends up in the hospital because he's following the one mugger that he didn't kill out of 3 people, because there's 3 muggers.
Yeah.
And then he finds him.
I thought they were like.
There's 3.
I thought they were just strangers at that point, because he never gets Jeff Goldblum.
No, it's just 3 different.
yeah,
it's
Jeff
3
Goldblum
random
was
muggers.
Yeah, no, they don't forget the guys that did the first crime.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about the.
Which is why I think I preferred the later movies to the first one.
Yeah.
And then the ending was just like the random guy he's like, draw. And the other guy's like, and then he just like, and passed out.
Draw.
A picture of me?
Yo.
Wait, did he get shot?
Oh, I don't think it's gonna be a sequel.
Yeah, he got shot. I think in the leg.
You don't think there's gonna be a sequel?
Yeah, looked like he died right there.
Yeah. And the cop, Ochoa stops smoking that same cigarette.
The wet cigarette.
That wet cigar for 5 seconds.
Okay.
He's had the same cigar the entire movie.
It's all wet.
It's all wet and nasty.
He's like,
He just puts it on
He's
the
looking
bed
for
next to
another
him.
cigarette.
fucking refrigerates it.
Wait a minute.
This is blood.
And says, just go away.
You work for a company with lots of offices. Get a transfer to another city, and I'll drop this gun in the river.
Honestly, I kind of forgot how did the ending go again. I'm kind of having like.
Yeah, it was so weird. It did not climax.
No, that was the thing too. It was like
anticlimactic.
The copper finds him and says, "You got 3 days. You gotta get out of town right now.
I remember.
And you gotta skip town." And then he's like, "Okay,
what if I don't want to?"
And then he goes to like Chicago, which is not much better. And then he sees crime happening there, and then he's just like,
YMCA.
Excuse me.
They start singing it.
Just shoots them all. has to go to like Toronto. He just makes his way to every city until he gets kicked out.
No, that's
for
his future
vigilantism.
wife. She gets killed too. Has to be.
Do you guys think this is the end of the movie?
It could be.
No. What the fuck?
and then it cut to black.
And it's like,
yeah,
and
it
it's
was very
just-
weird.
And that's like the main line from the main image that they're using to promote the Bruce Willis one. Is that reference? So I guess that is supposed to be iconic.
It's timeless, I think.
I haven't seen that.
It's a timeless
all this time.
Oh yeah.
Death
Well,
wish.
basically in the trailer, it's just that Bruce Willis goes see like another guy. It's not like in a train station. It's like outside. Basically, he does that.
Yeah.
And it's like a reference to.
Oh.
That's basically it. It's in the trailer. So.
Cool.
And I think that's a good segue to go into the second film.
Right, yeah.
Death Wish.
Well, I think we've said all we
I
can
think,
about
yeah,
Death Wish 1.
This one, on
This
the
is
other
the
hand.
And honestly,